Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cactus Patch. I am your host, GlitchedCactus, but you can call me Cactus. And while I wasn't there, we had an amazing land just this past week and a half or so, that being MomoCon. And joining me to talk about the event and how it went, and of course, on their amazing win of the event, we have 3 out of the 4 members of Swan House here. We have Dave Fernape, Splatver, and Soren. How you guys doing today?
Woo!
I'm doing good.
I think I got sick at MomoCon, so L.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
I would do it, yeah.
No.
Jeez. You can't escape it. That's 2 weeks in a 4 weeks in a row, right? LTC into MomoCon.
Yeah, I'm getting comboed.
God damn.
That's what I say. Like, I feel like every land, there's always a huge group of people that get sick, and there's a very few that somehow just skeeve their way through not getting sick. Speaking of which, that's actually why we don't have Bronze today. Bronze is also recovering from a sore throat, so can't escape it. It hits everybody at least once on a land.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's tough for bronze.
If not one, you're gonna get it at the next one.
Yeah, exactly. I escaped it this year for LTC, so I know Riptide, I'm gone. I know it. It's coming for me. I know it.
At least you're ready.
Yeah, exactly. Mentally preparing myself. All right, so starting things off, obviously I have to ask, how was the travel there for you all? Now, obviously, feel free to go in whatever order you'd like. Whoever wants to speak first, feel free. But what was the travel there? Was it far? Was it close? Was it horrible? Was there delays? Was there traffic?
I hate Fort Lauderdale. Place sucks.
Good start.
For me, I flew in like in the middle of the night, I want to say like 5 a.m. Friday. And it was fine. I mean, it's a short 2 hour for me. I got there. It was fine. The way out actually was pretty bad though, because there was like a storm that hit like early in the morning Monday, and that delayed like every flight by like an hour.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That gives me LTC vibes. LTC was the same
Exactly.
way.
That's what I That's what I
It's such
heard.
a repeat.
Yeah.
My flight for LTC was delayed by like 5 hours. It was the worst thing ever.
Oh my
I just
God.
sat in an airport, and luckily, because this one was on Memorial Day, which I very much appreciate, it like I had Monday off, so I could travel like freely on Monday, like in the middle of the day. But for other like lands like LTC, because I'd have work in the morning on Monday, I would fly at like Monday like 1 a.m. and land at like 5 a.m. and get home and just work.
Nah, I couldn't, bro. I would just
Nah,
I
I
would
could
take the
never.
I was gonna
yeah.
say I used to do that, and I was like, I'm taking this extra work day L. I'm requesting off. I can't.
Oh yeah. You just gotta
I
take
imagine
the
if you
day.
I imagine if you could, you would though. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, 100%.
I appreciate
Luckily,
Memorial Day. That's a
Oh
very
yeah,
very nice
absolutely.
timing.
and they're gonna do it the same weekend next year.
Yeah.
So they'll also have that Memorial Day buffer. Like, excuse me. Luckily for me, I live in Georgia, so I don't have to fly out to travel like these two. But I still do live an hour away.
Yeah, so there's
So
some distance there. I mean, considering
yeah,
next year, if there's no like land that's gonna happen in Texas, because like this was the last low tide city, like MomoCon could like really see a huge like jump up in signups, especially since now it's confirmed they're happening again next year. Just Splatoon is the question, but
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
with how they noticed how many people are signing up for LTC and Riptide already is almost surpassing the registration of last year. They have to know at this point that Splatoon's pretty big.
well, yeah, especially like with the post that went out about LTC too regarding like the Splatoon versus Smash Bros scene, like crowd wise. Like obviously there was many factors that played into it, but just at a first glance, it's like wow, like Splatoon practically almost tripled the size of the ending finals for Smash, which was insane.
Oh yeah. Now we killed it there. We represented our game way better than they did.
I love to hear that. I'd love to hear that. So speaking of rep and really just impressions overall, what were the thoughts of like the venue and just the setups for Splatoon, or even just the layout of the whole event as a whole? How did it feel?
Um, so it was like in the it all took place in like the Omni. I don't really know how if they had names for the places, but it was like inside a hotel venue place or whatever.
Okay.
But the whole gaming lounge area, like for the comp games, was at the very, 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 very back of it all.
Oh my
Actually,
Um,
yep.
it was like
Complete end of the
actually
room.
from the start of the convention hall, it'd probably take you like 10 minutes to get to there.
Wow. So they
You
really
have
had
to
like a
push
lot
the
of
cosplayers
space.
aside.
It wasn't like a I don't want to get it like mixed up that it was like a last minute inclusion or anything like that. They
Yeah,
just had
yeah.
like that's just how it was set up.
Yeah, I mean, they were in general, MomoCon isn't more of a, like a tournament
Tournament.
only. It's
Yeah.
like it has so much more. It's more of like it's in the name, more of a con than just a regular like tournament heavy event.
Yeah, it's a true proper land. Like
Mhm.
more people are in cosplay than out of cosplay. There's a whole artist alley. There were panels happening 24/7.
That's dope.
And we just we unfortunately as competitors we don't have time to like catch a
Yeah,
lot of that,
I was about to say.
especially since the tournament was over the course of 3 days instead of just two.
Oh, it was 3 days. Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, that extra day though was the extra day was day two itself, and that was to accommodate for the silver bracket and redemption.
Got
So they got
you.
their own day to themselves.
That's pretty dope though. I feel like that like gives them more of a spotlight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They don't just get overshadowed by winner side and top cut,
Yeah.
which is good. They deserve it because they're here too. They're playing too.
I was gonna say, like, with Low Tide City, like there was the issue where like there was a whole bracket that just wasn't even streamed because of just the time crunch that we were having. So it's really cool
Yeah,
to see that they were able to, of course, it helps to be on like a weekend where you have an extra holiday on a Monday, but they had the time and space to put it in. So that's awesome.
love to see it.
Compared,
Love to see
I was about
Seek it
to
and Raise.
say, compared to like I guess other lands, if you guys been to other lands before, how would you try to like if you could compare MomoCon to the other lands, maybe with
Genesis.
that as yeah Genesis, Low Tide City, maybe even Riptide. I guess just that ratio of being able to have like all that setup and also just the atmosphere in general, just how it was more proper of a land than just being by including so much more than the others. Like what would you feel your takeaway was for that?
I think where you play, it looked exactly like Genesis.
Okay.
Almost. It was like it's that huge, like in the middle of a convention center, that huge open concourse is what they called it.
Hmm.
It was like with the concrete floor, like there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
It's not like carpet like a hotel, and then all the setups. I think the only thing is according I heard that the Mario Kart didn't have enough audio mixers, and they came and stole Splatoons, and so
Really?
we were out of luck. Um,
Wow.
but yeah, so it was kind of just weird how it's like if you're not on stream, your table was very very far away of where you play,
Hmm.
but like I guess that's just the layout of the place. Like there's not much
Yeah.
anyone can do about that. Um, and then it's just like it's basically just imagine the Genesis one, but the line to get in is like 5 times longer, and then when you go past the gaming setups, there's just like an entire shopping mall of artists.
It really is.
Wow. I mean, that's really cool though. I like because most lands have like either it gets put into a separate room or like I know at LTC there was like barely any artists that were there because like it was just such a crunched area. But that's really cool to see that they had like just a massive area for like artists and people that just have a lot of great things to offer up. That's awesome.
It was amazing. Yeah, like have going from like one end to the other, not even doubling back. It probably takes you 30 minutes to snake through it all.
Yeah.
So now I gotta ask, what were some of the cops that you guys might have got? Anything cool? Anything interesting?
Oh, I got
Mushroom
myself
soup.
some LED name tags programmable.
That's pretty dope.
Oh yeah. Put like custom text or like little like one-tone images on it in pixel art.
Oh,
It
that's
like
so
scrolls across.
cool.
Um, on the side of the artist alley was where you can meet the voice actors for certain projects that they did. Like there are a bunch of like Genshin and other media
Oh
that they had
yeah.
there. I got a signature from one of the guys that I wanted to meet, and I had to buy a shirt because I did not bring enough clothes.
I love that. That's awesome.
It wasn't even merch.
I feel like I was running around just doing errands for all my friends because there was just like every artist that you could possibly like want there, and like every piece of merch from every fandom. And so I just got like bombarded with texts from my friends of like oh, I can't, this is like the one place they go, like, can you go here, can you go get that? And,
Oh my gosh.
so I had to run around. I got Xenoblade stuff, I got
Literally on a mission.
yeah, Tori must have thought like I was like insane because I bought 3 of the same thing because all my friends wanted their new banner.
Oh my god.
Everyone wants the new banner
Mhm.
that they had, and so I like Tori and it wasn't like just one like I kept coming back because my friend would text me after I made one purchase, so I just kept coming
Just
back,
going
and they're just
back.
like, man, what's wrong with this guy? And I got a Pachirisu plushie because I always get a Pachirisu plushie.
W.
Gotta rep the brand.
I'm a sucker for keychains. I don't know what it is. It's just like I don't even use them. I just like I want to make like a keychain wall at some point, but like I just have so many keychains. Every time I go to a LAN, I gotta get at least one.
What do you get them of? Like, are you in any specific fandoms or just
Not
you try to
really.
get like a con?
Either a con
Keychain.
one or like if there's a Splatoon table, I will just get something Splatoon related. I think I only
Hmm.
didn't at LTC is because I believe Tori was there or like yeah, Tori was at what was it? I think it was Genesis. So I ended up getting pretty much and the only thing I really wanted at Genesis. So I was like, I could double down and get it again. I was like, I shouldn't. But sorry, the poster works too anyway.
Oh yeah, such a nice souvenir.
That poster, by the way, was just amazing. How did getting like signatures for those posters go? I know everything was like crazy and running around, but was there like sneak by times like try to get signatures?
A
Uh,
little bit.
I found it hard because I couldn't get everyone that I wanted to get signed, just
That's
because,
fair.
well, one, we were pretty much the whole tourney, and two, you can't really chase people around because like once they leave the gaming area, it's free for all from out there.
That's what I'm saying. Just
Oh yeah.
Godspeed.
Where's Waldo? You cannot find him. Can't track him down. But I forget if the most recent LTC they were giving out posters on day 1, but MomoCon they had them all 3 days. So
Oh, that's
like the
dope.
moment you
Okay.
walk in there, you could buy the poster and just start asking people to sign it.
Oh, nice. I'm sure. I bet that saved like a lot of time for people too, especially with like
Yeah.
for one like because I know LTC ran out the first day they started, and it was like wow. Like next time maybe they had that ping, you had to book it to the TO table to buy it.
Mm.
But that's really cool that they had options for all 3 days. That's amazing.
It's super nice. It's a gorgeous drawing too. Asa killed it.
I was gonna say I saw the artwork on Twitter just before like the weekend of it, and I'm like, this is like the artists are getting way too good at this. Like these are
Oh, yeah.
insane.
They're bringing out the big guns.
For real. Makes more of the incentive to just put it on your wall.
Yeah. Give it a nice frame.
All right, so I gotta ask, how did this pickup form?
So I think what is it? Me and Dave we're in the we're in this one pickup server, and we've played together in the past now and again. And because like MomoCon is the first like Splatoon LAN in Georgia, and I live here, I really really wanted to compete. So I was like just scrambling to find people because not many people were going because it was announced super late and it was 2 weeks after LTC, so people
Yeah.
couldn't like schedule that or they didn't have the money for it, what have you. But I heard from a mutual friend that Dave was going, and so I immediately snatched him because I knew that was already like a super strong team right there. And then in the Splatland server, Bronze was asking for a team for MomoCon. I was like, this is probably one of the best people that's gonna be there that isn't already talking to other people to make a team.
Yeah.
Like just an FA out in the wild, and they're this good. You kidding? Okay, I'm gonna snatch him up too. And then we struggled to find a fourth for a while, and we did have one in the reserves, but Dave out of nowhere said, "Yo, I got Soren," and then that's it. That's a wrap from there.
I was about to say, and then you guys go on to perform greatness. I mean,
The rest is history.
It's funny how I got connected to this team because I hadn't really been using Twitter. I was like on private for a while.
Mhm.
And then I finally was like, yeah, I'll talk again. And so I was like, the first thing I tweeted was, what do even people tweet nowadays? And then David was like, oh, you should go to MomoCon. And I was like, I need a god tier roster in order to be convinced. And then he told me it was these three. And I was like, okay, I'll go.
Okay, I'm convinced. This do be God tier.
This is the second time I've done this to you, Soren, by the way.
I
I
know.
did it with Gatorland, where I just found 2 goats, and I was like, Soren's close by.
Yeah.
I'll convince him to do it.
Yeah.
I say 2
I'd
for
persuade
2.
him.
There you go, 2 for 2.
Woo! I'm so thankful that you dragged Soren along this, bro. Would not have won without him. No, don't you even start with that.
Light glazing, just like
The baby goes crazy.
It's true though, shit.
it is true.
So how much practice were you guys able to get in before MomoCon?
Like a week and a half.
Yeah.
No, that's better than most. That's better than most.
Yeah.
I think looking at it, it was like all three of them were on separate LTC teams.
Yeah.
So they were all like busy playing with their teams before. And then as soon as the LTC ended, we had like 2 weeks, so we hit the board pretty much as soon as we could. Figured out what comp we wanted to play, and then I
Stuck
want
with
to
it.
say we played like 4 times, because I streamed every practice we had, I think,
Mhm.
and I think it was 4 times we played together.
Was it really only 4?
Because I think we had the scrim against my friends, and then we queued after we came back. Then we played against TZS with Siren, and then we played against Vivid. So
That's right.
actually 3 technically. Like we played twice in one night, I guess. So 4, but that's all we had basically.
Yeah. Not a lot of turnaround time. But it is what it is.
I was gonna say it proved to be enough.
Oh yeah. Because I mean it's the same amount of practice that the other teams had too, you know?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
a lot of them were also coming off of LTC, so they also only had 2 weeks. I know. Shout out to Marsh. He was super cool. He was saying that, okay, what's a weapon that I can learn in 2 weeks that takes like low commitment and is super good? Oh yeah, Gal. So and he rocked that
Yes.
every game and he killed it.
I love that.
But no, that just proves gotta move fast.
Gotta go fast. I love that. No, absolutely. It's whatever works quickly for that turnaround time. Absolutely. So looking at the teams that were going to MomoCon, were there any that you guys thought might be troubling, or that you might have to go the distance with, or was the mentality, nah, I'm built different, we win?
Florida man.
Florida man, absolutely.
It
Yeah.
was for the longest time up until top 4. I thought it was just a 2-man race between us and them.
That's right. They also had a really good roster too.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Like as good as us, if not better. Genuinely. They're so good. Like going into this tournament, there was the TOs put out a spreadsheet for all the people that were signed up, and then looking at that team, it's like, oh gosh, okay.
Yeah.
We can't let ourselves get like nervous about any other team because then we'll just play worse.
Yeah.
So we have to go in knowing that okay, we have to sweep and then we got to fight these guys in grands.
Yeah.
So we have to focus everything on these. On these
It
four.
was, it was always funny because I hung out with those guys a bit because not that I was rooming with them, but they like were friends with the people I roomed with. So they were in our room a lot, and it was always funny because as soon as they left, I'd be like, "Ah, we're just gonna win, actually." We're just gonna win. Like every time I would do
I
it.
love that mental. I love that. Nah, I'd win.
Nah, I'd win. They were super cool.
Yeah, they were great.
Did you only fight them in grands, or was there like a group stage where you had to go against them?
Just grands.
Okay.
They had like a different pool.
Gotcha. Okay.
We came from other sides of the bracket, right?
Yeah, we were second seed. They were first seed. I guess if I went back in time now, I guess I would have been worried about seaweed
Seaweed
snacks.
snacks. Oh
I
yeah.
think their set versus Florida Man is probably the best set of the tourney.
Really?
Like their semis, yeah. I don't even think our sets were that like amazing. That
I'm
3
gonna that.
As someone who
that 3
watched
seed
the
that they had.
grands, I will say that it was very suspenseful. Your set, 100%.
That's
There were nail biters.
that's probably what I hear the most because my dad was in the crowd. He was like, I hate you for making my heart beat so fast, man. Because what is the Mako Zones game? We stopped it at 1 twice.
Yes.
And then the very last game, it was a 1 point difference in overtime. But I agree with Sword. Seaweed Snacks versus Florida Man was insane. Being in that crowd, like just trying to get the intel on Florida Man, and then seeing Seaweed Snacks just kind of pop off, it was crazy.
Yeah.
How big was the crowd? Because I feel like the camera never actually got to do it justice.
I think if you were to put everyone side to side, probably fill out like 4 rows.
Okay,
But
that's actually pretty good.
nothing crazy. I mean, because like I could like the people going to that were very either attached to Smash because Smash had the same like large screen setup thing going on,
Yeah, I figured.
and Mario Kart. But then there was also like the rhythm game section right behind, and I think I did not see that thing ever like not be full the whole day. Any of the days.
It was nice because a lot of the crowd were like families.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So like friends of the teammates or like parents of the people filling up the stands. But I agree with Soren. It was probably like 4 rows at most.
That's pretty cool though, and that's awesome to see that there's so many family members just supporting the players. Like I love to see that. That's awesome.
Super nice. I know when we were watching the Seaweed Snacks versus Florida Man set, I was sitting next to Seekin and he was trying to do the LTC Riptide Ready Go at the start of the game, and I looked at him like, man, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. The venue's just too chaotic for that. And people size
it's just
too.
that you just need the whole crowd.
Also, it was hard at Genesis too. Like I remember, I think it was LTC last year it happened, but then like Riptide and Genesis, it's such a different like mentality, and just I think the player base is just in those areas is a little bit different. So it's so hard to just kind of make that movement happen.
It's just like if you go to those lands, you know that's a thing that happens. So you're ready to do it on the next ones, but the different kind of crowd, they wouldn't know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a lot of newcomers, especially because the location of it too, like you mentioned, it was the first Splatoon lane in Georgia, so it's like, you know, at least like Splatoon major, I'd say. So it was definitely definitely a lot of new faces.
It's not far-fetched to say that there were people watching Splatoon that didn't even know Splatoon was gonna be there.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. That's like what Smash LTC players were just like, yeah, you know, Smash is great and all, but Splatoon, man, I don't know what's happening on the screen, but I know who won.
That's true. Our community killed it at LTC.
And it's only up from here too. That's what I'm excited about. Is that, you know, I think you mentioned before, or someone mentioned before, Riptide's like growing in numbers really quickly. I think right now there's 175 entrants, which is crazy.
It's almost already beating out last year.
That's what I was saying. We still got more time too. Plenty of time.
I'm currently buying my ticket because I forgot it gets more expensive. It gets more expensive. And
Yeah.
I bought it yesterday.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you guys already?
I
I
just
need
got
to
about
hop
my
on that.
flight. I got my pass. I just got about my flight for it.
Okay, can we talk about how like airlines in the past year have gone like to like utter garbage? Like what? I have not had a good experience flying in the past year, and I've had like 20 trips. I don't. Booking flights just always has some sort of stupid issue, and
Mhm.
then I've yet to have like a flight that hasn't been delayed by like over an hour.
I think you just got to get out of Fort Lauderdale, bro.
Is it just Fort Lauderdale, bro? Is it just like South
I don't.
Florida?
I like. I've had like 3 trips within the last like 9 months, and none of them have been like awful. Besides like the one rain storm.
I just gotta get on that train to Miami, I guess, or something. I don't know.
I was gonna say,
Might
like,
be
I
time.
usually have terrible luck with flights. Like, it's like, but for whatever reason, LTC was the first one in like the past 4 lands I went to that I had no flight issues. So I was like, this is my luck turnaround. This is it. I hope I need it to be. But I feel that it's so terrible sometimes. Some of these flights, it's like if it's not a delay, it's like full on canceled, and you gotta panic to find your next gate because
Exactly.
it's like, oh, sorry, we changed it.
I don't know.
So did you guys try anything new at MomoCon and maybe like a food place or tried out maybe new games or anything? Or anything like in between of the sorts?
Bro, I don't even want to talk about food.
Oh yeah, I don't know. We went to
We
this new restaurant called the Hudson River something.
Hudson
Grill.
Grill.
Hudson Grill. Uh, they refused to split the check, so someone just had to like just tank one and then have everyone pay them back. So we had to split the check ourselves. I get the check, right?
Mm-hmm.
I start calling out like food items, and no one's claiming them. And I get halfway down the list. I'm like, this is just not our receipt.
There's
Like the guy
no
just didn't give us the
way.
receipt. He just didn't give us the receipt. Um, oh, there is someone ordered food, right? And they're vegan, so they ordered the Beyond Beef.
Yeah.
And then after everyone else's food comes out, they come and they tell her, "Oh, we're out of the Beyond Meat." And like, okay, sick. And like
No.
she was so sad. And like
Yeah.
that was so stupid. Why they wait so long to tell her? And then our desserts apparently didn't come out. It was just a
It's a
disaster.
nightmare. Oh my
Bronze didn't get
gosh.
his red velvet cake.
No way.
It was fuming.
Exactly.
I
It
would too.
was
Red
just
Velvet Cake's the
awful.
bomb, dude. It's so good.
I know.
Do not recommend that place ever.
No, it's only popping because it's so close by. But
I
please
figure,
go somewhere
yeah.
else.
What was, I guess, the food options the rest of the event then? Just like fast food?
Yeah, fast food. Overpriced fast
Basically,
Yeah.
food.
Were there
Well,
any
we
like,
spent
8-inch
yeah.
pepperoni.
I was about to say, any local fast food places that were like the spot?
The Chick-fil-A was never not full, from what I saw.
Mhm.
I ate at Waffle House more than once. I don't like that.
Oh,
That's a
geez.
mistake.
Otherwise, I mean, I guess I eat every day, which is good. No?
Yeah, that's always the
Maybe.
plus,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Better than skip it.
Yeah.
Like a land classic. Just start skipping meal.
Bro, that's what happened to me at LTC. I just didn't have time to eat.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I think
It's
one of the days I slowly survived off of like a Snickers bar. That was it.
packed with peanuts, man. Like you already have to plan so much with land, so needing to plan where and when you're gonna eat is just it seems like so much hassle on top of everything else. You're just like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But no, you gotta. It's so important to check out places that's worth going because, of course, you can't go somewhere too close. It's gonna be booked. You won't be sat for an hour, and then the food's gonna take another hour. It's definitely the move. Like next time, I think if we were to go back to MomoCon, we would definitely have to decide. Okay, not here first of all, and we're gonna go here, here, here instead. Take a more of a trip.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I feel like that's like most people's plans too when it comes to land. Like, flight's good, hotel's good, room's good, team's good. All right, food, let's play by ear.
Yeah, pretty much play by mouth.
Yeah. The worst part is like if you're all like if you're rooming with everyone and everyone's got like different teams or something, different schedules. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go eat. You play your set. Figure out food later.
Mm. And dietary specifications on top of that.
Yeah, yeah, that makes it even harder because a lot of the local foods like not really catered to that, depending on the location,
Nope.
obviously. So yeah,
Only if they're hip and bougie,
yeah, yeah.
which ain't much.
You're spending like $50 on like a burger that offers like
Ugh.
like a lettuce wrap. So, what do you think? What do you say that you enjoyed most about MomoCon that it maybe isn't Splatoon?
Those people know how to party, bro. Uh,
You went to their
like
booth?
till 2 in the morning, man. All of them are just outside, just like having
No
fun
way.
in this like 80-degree weather, full cosplay. Like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. Doing conga lines and like,
I love that.
it was a little crazy. Um, I think Saturday we went to the arcade at like 2 a.m. Because it was like that was the only time that like they finally wasn't like a line to like get on a machine,
Mm-hmm.
and we played like DDR, and it was fun. Just like
They were open there
yeah,
like that late behind the stages.
yeah.
Insane.
Well, noted. Next time I
Um,
want to party, I'm going to MomoCon. Damn.
no, there were raves too. There were genuine raves that
What?
Yeah.
MomoCon themselves scheduled that they held at the venue overnight.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I didn't go because I live so far, but I I heard it was bumping.
I low key wish that I like got to stay at the hotel like that's connected to the convention center because um I was like, no, that's too expensive. So I didn't do that and I stayed at my friend's place, but they're like an hour away, so I had to keep taking the trains and like it's convenient and everything, but it was like because the train stops so much, it like took like in like 45 minutes. And Atlanta traffic apparently is the worst thing ever, so
Oh
like
yeah.
you're driving fine and then all of a sudden everyone just stops for like an hour. I'm
Oh
like,
my
okay.
god.
bro, what you know about Spaghetti Junction?
Spaghetti Junction.
That's not even a joke.
Yeah,
Actually called that.
it was just rough. And so like I always just felt like I couldn't stay too late. And I guess that's just the nature of like how the city is laid out and like just stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't trying to do that $30 Uber every day.
Nope.
And then go negative from all the winnings that you earned from getting first.
Exactly.
But me personally, I really love the artist alley. I've never seen such a collection like that before because I've never been to a convention. This is my first time. And it's amazing just seeing so much stuff everywhere. I wish I was in more fandoms so I could actually benefit from it all, but
Yeah, I feel that one so hard.
yeah, I'm just not into many things. So I just got something cool. The name tags. And Tori's booth, of course. Gotta rep Tori.
Absolutely. Tori's a goat.
Tori is the goat. Proven at LTC also. Like his
Oh
booth
yeah,
was
that
like
line was
lines wrapping around the
crazy.
whole venue. Everyone saw it. All the other booths had no traction.
Yeah,
And Tori was
it's like-
popping 24/7. Everyone knew.
I just imagine that booth that was next to Tori's. It's like I don't know what this Splatoon thing is, but we gotta hop on.
Oh yeah, like what am I doing wrong, man? It's good stuff.
Absolutely. All right, so making it to grants. what's the vibes? What's the feels? Knowing that you secured your spot in the grand finals, fought through all those days of those hard efforts to get all the way there. How are we feeling? What, like, bring me through like the mental, the vibes overall, like what's happening?
It's funny you say that because at the start of every set, Soren was like, "Vibes, guys, vibes."
That's basic. Gotta have a team that keeps you in check.
Oh yeah.
We didn't have a day 2, so day 3 was like our majority of our tournament run.
Okay.
We start off in semis with David griefing, TCing like 3 times in the first semi set.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I
I
must have been
forgot.
lagging or something.
So even though it wasn't like the steepest match we had yet, I'm glad we didn't let it didn't affect us too much.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was annoying having to try to they were trying to figure out what the issue was. Turns out it was like a LAN cable. So that set, I mean, 3-0, we were good. Winners was versus the Seaweed team, which I guess I can't speak for everyone, but I reconsidered my approach of how we were gonna handle them. Just because they had beaten Power's team off of just having strong AOE, bow, dually crab, range blaster. So um, I think we lost the first game, which was it was like a we just couldn't retake, and then I realized, wow, we're kind of bad at zones. But it didn't affect us too much because we win the next 3 after that. And we were sitting in grands, pretty chill. I was worried when we got to grands though that it would take us a few games to get back in, because the losing team would have been playing 3 sets back to back before us, or 2. I think it's 2. 2 sets before us, and they would have been pretty warm. But
It
we had
was kind
one.
of true.
Yeah, it kind of did look like that a bit, but I think otherwise it was just mostly lands. I think it's just the mental game, really. It's not really
Yeah.
about someone's gonna get a triple on your team at some point.
Yeah. You have to
And
expect it at
then
that point. Then there's gonna be a pop
yeah,
off.
exactly.
It'll be a screen match.
It's just about winning in the mental game before the actual game really matters too much.
So
Maybe that's me being fake good. I don't know.
no, that's I think that's one of my biggest takeaways when because I've interviewed a FT Win before on the podcast, and one of their biggest takeaways was definitely the mental game. If you have to stay focused, stay locked in, but also of course have fun while doing it. But the mental is going to be your biggest challenger when it comes to lands or just tournaments in general. So knowing that you guys were pretty much always just locked in, keeping the vibes good, no matter what came your way, just keep it focused, that's awesome.
That's the scary part about lands. You're in front of a crowd. You got people
Yeah.
watching it, counting on you to do good and to win, and then you're gonna get put on the stream sometimes. So it's oh god,
Yes, the
okay.
stream pressure.
People are expecting something out of me, and the weapon that you play is a playmaking weapon too, and it's okay. So you got to do something, but you're all shaky and you're nervous.
Yeah, I know that way too well.
Yeah, and you notice when you're playing bad, but
it's hard to
it's just hard
calm
to
the
get out of that
nerves. Yeah.
mindset. Yeah. I'm really glad we turned it around.
I'll say, did Grands go to a bracket reset?
Yes.
I
It did. Okay, I thought so. So what was that like, knowing that it was because it was a close first set for the Grands, and then obviously it was the 3-1 to take it all home. But what was it like knowing that it went to a bracket reset? What was the kind of the thought process? What was the comms like at that point?
I was super thankful we were in Winter's Side to have that set to burn.
That's right, yeah.
I know going into Grands, Florida Man was super nervous because they only had the one shot.
Yeah.
And we were just chilling.
Winning the game 1 on the first set was nice, just because we were running them down pretty hard, but they adapted pretty good after that with the range pick, and then our comp had a definite weakness to pencil that we didn't really have like a workaround figured out. So losing on the counter picks that we had picked, I was hoping the counter picks were all made by me, and I was thinking in my head, well, we need this pencil to be like poking, so like we can, like have a chance at killing him. But like his like 3 teammates had so much crowd control on us, and we weren't able to like take spaces like we could in the other sets versus the other teams. So, losing the 3 after that was pretty. I guess like I wasn't tilting. It was more like fuck. We just don't know the answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's always the hardest part, especially because like you think you try everything each game, or you think you're getting close, hopefully, but when nothing's pulling for something to get kind of closer to that solution, it makes it so hard.
Right. And that's when I knew that it was like even after losing the first game in the true set or in the true grands or whatever. I was like, we can still win this because like no one's like oh like we can't do anything. It's just like man, we got to think of something new.
Yeah, no one gave up that hope that there was gonna be a solution. It's just trying to think of whatever it might be.
Right.
And I mean, must have figured it out because grand champions,
Yeah.
right?
Right. I guess the solution in the end was let's we only had one weapon change the whole turning, which is me going to Squeezer. The busted main weapon.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, we're gonna play with the screen like how Marsh is doing for their team. And I mean, I hope it works. I mean, like I'm not like the greatest at the gun, but
Yeah.
I know I can get picks with it. Because our aggression wasn't the issue; it was just being able to take space and hold it.
So a case
And
of you can't beat them, join them.
right.
And it worked so well. Like the moment, like they were kind of running us down pretty well on game 2 of True Finals. It was what Clam's crab leg, I think.
Game 2
And they
was
had a really good push.
Rainmaker hump. Game 3 was crab leg.
Was that game 3? Oh.
Or are we talking about the first set?
No, I'm talking about True Grands.
Oh, yeah, the second game was humpback rain.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, regardless, right? They had a really good score, and then what is it? We wiped them at our basket, and then like Soren popped screen, and then went in and got a double, and then we 100-0 them. So it was just a really good counter pick, just a good switch, nice pencil counter, and like they couldn't really adapt to the screen, you know.
Yeah. What their
So
strong suit was ended up being their biggest weakness because of it was
yeah,
such a good counter, and that's amazing that something as like, depending on how you look at it, something as big as just one weapon change or as small as one weapon change, and just adjusting that, the timing of it, because like there's so many different ways that could have gone, right? Like you could change the weapon but not know how to play around it properly, and that set could have gone completely differently. But you processed to how they were running it, it just did the exact same thing, and it worked so well. And I think that's truly shines with the ability to just like focus in on what's taking you out and trying to put it towards your own use and make it towards your advantage. And that's exactly what you guys were able to do.
woo.
So yeah, so grand champions, you did it. You win MomoCon. How are we feeling? How was it? What was the
Yeah.
immediate like jump out the seat moment? Like you did it.
It really was jump out the seat. Me and Sora were being all goofy on stage.
It's very high energy.
As it should.
I
I
don't
mean, as
know.
it should.
I watched back the VOD once, and it's really weird to like I'm not like, oh, I'm not like super humble, I wouldn't say, but I'm also kind of like yeah, I won, but man, I want to do more now.
Yeah.
That's where I'm
Yeah,
sitting at
same.
right now.
It's always the
Absolutely.
post land feel. Like,
Like I
dang.
won, and it's like I know I have to work hard because those people are just gonna beat me in like a week or so again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the grind never truly stops, I guess, is what I'm feeling.
Not even a joke, too. Before this, I was scrimming half of Florida, man. They're so good.
Yeah, you can't stop even for a moment. And if you do, you gotta try to pick up like immediately where you left off. Just keep going.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh.
I got a question about the trophy thing. So was that just one giant big trophy that just one person got to take home?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they gave us 4 plaques that say MomoCon champion,
That's awesome.
but there's one big trophy with 3 gold-plated amiibos on it.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was
The
wondering,
amiibos, the
were those like
gold
did they just paint the amiibos over, or was it like actual
Yeah.
like okay?
Those are just amiibos painted over, I
Straight
can
up.
tell.
Fire.
Apparently the trophy's at Splatbur's place just because none of us were getting on the flight with that
I was
thing.
about to say it's gonna be really hard to go through security with it.
Yeah. They can't take it home. How are they gonna bring it on a plane? They have to buy an extra seat for that thing.
Yeah.
So out of convenience, I took it home.
Yeah. No, valid.
It's just sitting next to my bed. I hug it at night.
Oh
Then I
my
got my
God.
plaque up on my desk.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad they like had more than just like the giant. Well, first of all, that giant trophy was beautiful for one, and two, like that's one of the first lands I think to actually give you just a big trophy. Most of them are like you
Oh
like
yeah.
have those like again medals for each player or the little those little stand or things that just give out players too. But like a giant trophy like that had to be like so amazing just to see and be able to hold up yourselves being like we won this.
Oh yeah. It felt great for like the photo op. All hands on the trophy, holding it up.
Oh, yes.
I know. What is it? Seaweed Snacks and Florida Man. They got medals,
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
and like I can't rightfully be jealous because we got so much also.
Yeah.
But like those medals look clean.
I was about to say,
Okay.
yeah. The difference
I
was
think
the
I'm in the
like,
minority. I'm in the minority that's like, I would have probably liked the medal more than the plaque. But...
yeah,
Same.
that's fair.
Take what I could get, of course.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. That like, I think that's actually now that I think about it, I think that's a first like for a land to do where most of them like everyone just gets a medal, and the only difference is like first, second, third. I know Riptide last year did like it just said Riptide, and then it was just different colors. So I like the uniqueness that they did for you guys this year, which is where it's like the plaque and then the others got medals.
Like a glass plaque. This thing is clean.
Is it like heavy? Like is it a little heavy like glass? Like or is it just like?
It's got weight.
Okay, I was about to say like it's
Nice weight to it.
okay. I figured because like I remember seeing it kind of at a glance on the stream. I couldn't tell if it was like an actual decently weighted like glass plaque or if it was one of those things where it's like kind of light, maybe like has like it's like one of those like fake glass things. So that's dope.
Oh no, it is full on real glass.
Fancy paperweight.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of sentimental value to this paperweight.
Yeah. Oh, you want to look
I'm
at this
not gonna
paper?
lie.
Let me use my Splatoon 3 MomoCon 2024 champion to
Oh,
hold this paper
actually,
down
I don't even have to
for you.
remove this from the paper. You could read the paper through it.
Yeah.
I haven't unpacked, and for all I know, that plaque might be shattered in my
No,
bag.
Bro, what? You haven't
don't know.
unpacked yet?
Well, security was manhandling my stuff. I don't know.
Oh my god.
That's insane. I don't envy you guys. The ATL is massive. It's messy.
No, that's got to be the worst layout of an airport I've ever seen in my entire life. It's
That's because it's just so
unbelievable.
huge, man.
Bro,
It's
they
the
changed
biggest
my
airport in the
gate
country.
twice. They changed my gate twice,
Oh my
and I had to
god.
keep getting on that stupid shuttle plane train thing.
Oh, they changed it to a whole different terminal.
Yeah, bro,
Insane.
it makes me mad. And
Insane.
like at one point, they changed it to the international section, and I got
What?
so confused because Florida's not its own country. Like I was
That's
so
actually crazy.
bro, I didn't understand what was going on. And then they changed it out. It must have been a mistake because they changed it again, dude. That airport is something else. There's a Popeyes in there. That's crazy.
That's kind of
Yeah.
based.
Welcome to Georgia. You got Zaxby's, Popeyes, and Chick-fil-A on every quarter.
No way.
Cactus, have you ever been to Georgia? To
I
Atlanta?
haven't, and I want you to know, I was literally 50-50 on going to MomoCon, but after LTC, I was so tired.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
But like seeing how the event was this year, like I if MomoCon happens again, like Splatoon at MomoCon happens again next year, it's confirmed. I definitely gotta find a way to go, especially if they decide not to run anything in Texas for a major, because like those vibes seem amazing. From what I'm hearing, like in general, it sounded like a movie. Like, I mean, that's just it's one of those things like FOMO. You just don't want to miss out.
Right.
So now I'm gonna have to prepare myself next year to go to Georgia. Hey, that gives me an opportunity to get a Georgia pin. Every time I go to a new state, I get a pin. So I get a Georgia pin.
Cute little collection. You got them all up on a pinboard?
Not yet. My plan is to get one once I get like halfway. So like I have, let's see, I have one for Cali, Texas, Michigan when there was Big House, obviously Ohio for Riptide. Um, I'm doing my state I live in last, obviously. I have 4 so far. So Georgia will be 5, unless something else happens and I go somewhere else. Maybe like maybe Arizona. Who knows for that local land, depending how that turns out. But I want to build them up. I want to get them all. I'd be really cool to build them all up for Splatoon. I think that'd be pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to every land so far this year.
Coming to Gridlock? Question mark.
That's the one. That's the tough one. That's the tough one. So I did Riptide, but I guess that was technically last year. I did Riptide, Genesis, MomoCon, Gatorland, which is just a local, and then I did a Philadelphia one, which is a local,
Oh,
and
nice.
then LTC. So I've done every single one so far. The only one I'm missing is Gridlock, but it's just
It's hard. It's tricky too, and the area too is like, listen, as someone who's like lives attached to New York, being from New Jersey, those rent prices are insane.
Dude, they
from
call
New
it
Jersey?
gridlock for a reason, man.
Gonna lock you out.
Wait, I have a question. Where, in New Jersey, do you know Patterson?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. If you go there, you'll start seeing signs in Arabic. That's where I was born.
That's pretty dope.
It's literally like I don't mean this like in like a fun like this is genuinely what it is. When like Arabs come from like the Middle East and North Africa, the boat just kind of dropped them off in New Jersey. So
That's
that's where my parents were.
crazy.
So yeah,
Dang, what a state to get dropped off in.
I guess it's just cheap. So it's like
Yeah,
easy.
probably. Listen, as someone who's from Jersey, I'm allowed to hate on it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Throw digs to my own state where we have like the worst drivers in existence.
I
I'm
know.
in Florida.
I was talking to Jane Radish at the airport after LTC happened, and they're going to Gridlock.
There's
But
a lot of players that are going to Gridlock that I was not expecting.
oh yeah,
I think my trailer for
I
that.
just
I
just remember them
my
mentioning.
copia for it.
I remember them mentioning that it just sucks to get to the venue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because the venue itself is like dedicated to holding like gaming events, but it's just it's so like it feels so out of place where it is, because like it's kind of like in a very, I don't want to say homey like area, but it's very like just kind of compact, and then like randomly a block down you have a really big open park. You have like a bunch of like a deli on one corner and then a cafe on another corner, and then it's just like go down one more block and there's just graffiti street. It's just so like
Love it.
random. But hey, that's the New York experience for you all in one place.
I've only been there once before, and it was super nice. I know Atlanta's like baby mode New York.
I think, what was it? What land did I go to? It was it was LTC. I think we were walking around going to a food place, and like everything I saw just gave me New York vibes, and I was like, it's like I'm back home already.
Oh, it's just like home.
Yeah, every state I it just got that little like New York with them, one way or another. So speaking on the topic of future lands, what's the next plan for each of you for next land you're looking to go to, or if you're intending to planning to attend any the rest of this year?
I'm locked in for Riptide.
W.
Yeah, it seems to be the big one, huh? You either go there, or you miss out.
I'm at Riptide. Siren's trying to convince me to go to Gridlock. I don't know if I make that one happen, but
That's
Like, would you
fair.
go to compete too?
but yeah, he would play. I think yeah.
The hard part right now is
I
trying to find a
don't.
team for Gridlock. As someone who's stuck in the FA pickup hell for Gridlock, it's a challenge.
Mm.
Oh, I bet.
But same as for any land. But since like Riptide's the general consensus, which I mean makes sense. I mean, don't want to miss out on Riptide. Riptide every year is just amazing. So
It's like basically LTC 2.
yeah,
Or is LTC just Riptide 2?
No,
You tell
LTC's
me.
Riptide too. Riptide came
really?
first, and then LTC came after.
Right. I don't know, bro. 4th time in Ohio, bro. I don't want to do this no more.
That's 4 times too many, man.
Exactly, bro.
Listen, I can agree. I will never forget it was my first time ever going to a land, and it was Riptide. And I remember everyone was like, "Oh, watch out for the cornfields," and I was like, "Man, there's no way." It was corn for miles. I was actually shocked.
Which is crazy.
It was just a giant cornfield, and right in smack that middle of it is a Culver's. Like, what's going on over there?
Hey, at least it's gotta be easy
Nobody
to
knows
local
what
source.
happened. I
Maybe-
haven't.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. I haven't confirmed anything for Riptide, but I would really like to go. Just gotta, get into talks with some friends about like teaming up and people that I'd bunk with. I'd love to go
Maybe
though.
for the first time, I go to a Kalahari and I bring my bathing suit and I actually get a chance to go into the water.
You never went? It's pretty cool.
Every single time I bring my bathing suit, and I just don't get a chance to go to the water park. The one at Riptide, we had like this. I paid for an overnight pass, and when they said overnight, they just meant like 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. That's it.
What?
2 more hours. Lamau.
Yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
2 hours, and so I don't know. I just stood in the line, and then like by the time I got in, there's only like an hour left, and I was like, okay, sick. And I didn't even end up going in the water because I was like, I'm not gonna get wet just to get kicked out in half an hour, and I got kicked out in half an hour, so whatever.
At LTC, we were super scrambling for time to get to the water park.
Exactly, yeah. Feels like there's no time. I wish how we had that thing where like we won out, so we didn't have to play day 2. I like wish I could have that on like Riptide or Kalahari. That way I can just have a whole day to myself in the water park.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I feel like I should have the 3-day for me because I can't tell you that I woke up at 3 p.m. on Saturday that day.
No way.
I literally like fell asleep, or all my roommates were like the commentator people that they flew out them, or they flew out English. And they all like their commentary blocks were like at noon and 2 o'clock, so they all left, and I just slept for like I think it was like 11 hours almost.
Oh my gosh.
I wake up and then I see that they have The Office playing. They didn't even bother turning the TV off for me.
Waking up and just see The Office play is crazy.
I was like, why'd you guys leave the TV on? And they're like, well, you're like in an enclosure. We didn't want to like change in the environment for you. Because what if like turning out the TV woke you up? And I was like, That's crazy.
You know, that
Anyway.
is a
It's
thing though. That
mental
is such a
distraction.
thing. Yeah, like you're like so in a trance with the TV on, turn it off. It's like, where am I?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
wake up at 3 p.m. You don't even know what planet you're on.
Nope. That's when you start seeing George Lopez on your screen.
I was out of it that day. I was like, I need the scheduled thing to be happening.
It's just having the buffer days just super nice. It's just that when these lanes happen, they don't coincide with those kind of holidays, you know?
Yeah. Because they got a lot to think about when they're picking those dates too. It's like, you know, is there what else is going on? Like I know the most consistent one with Low Tide City was it was always a prom. So it's like you always have to make room for that. Hope you get the good venue. You always see people in the fancy dresses and suits and ties, and it's like I'm in my like
You're not
sports.
here for Smash.
Yeah. Or if you see them, like I'm gonna O2 you. Just wait. Just pulling up in like the Smash drip. It's like when I like.
I know that it's because like LTC and Riptide, those are land specific and like land exclusive. It's just tournaments.
Yeah.
So they don't have a lot of money to burn on like MomoCon, which is massive with the panels and the artist alley and the showcases on top of all the tournaments too. So they just have kind of like money to burn. Like speaking of the commentators that Soren bunked with, like they got flown out by the courtesy of MomoCon.
Yeah, that's beautiful too. That's amazing that they were able to like have that. Usually it's like as someone who's commentated land, it's like if you're going and they see you're going, they'll just, like hit you up with a DM or like offer it with a ping to back then before like they were like it's at least LTC was invite only for commentary, but previously it was like, oh yeah, submit a form if they think you'll be qualified enough, you're on.
Mm-hmm.
So getting flown out, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, they got treated lavish, which good for them. It's incredibly deserved. Can't have like a true like LAN experience without commentators.
Yeah, absolutely. But they bring the life to the party for those at the event and also off, watching the streams, just so they're able to like, you know, enjoy it. You can't have just a silent stream as if someone's watching like solo queue.
Oh yeah.
I heard like a lot of my friends were saying like that when I was having the issue with the LAN, the like adapter thing that was broken for me that kept making my game DC, that they were just having like just fun conversations on stream to fill time, and they ended up coming up with like how my name is Dave Fernape, right? So it's a combination of David and Infinite, my favorite Pokemon. They kept doing that for everyone. Like they made one for Splatfur and Soren.
What?
That's actually so dope. Why?
No, wait a minute. What they say?
I don't remember what yours was.
Give me like a
The first
minute, I
thing
could
here.
probably scroll through chat.
Yes, please. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
You better figure out what Pokemon it is. Either better be really happy or really upset.
I don't even know Pokemon like that.
I'm about to if one of the commentaries was Shiny Hunter Zach, like Zach's been a shiny hunter for years. I personally came over from the shiny hunting community into Splatoon, and so did Zach. So like I remember watching a lot of his reactions years ago to fighting shinies on like the DS, and I'm like just the cameras being held up. I was like, it was so cool seeing someone else that also is just in the Pokemon community come over for Splatoon. So I know if it was Zach's got you covered with some base Pokemon. I know it.
I mean, he's got Shiny Hunter in the name.
Yeah,
No one knows what he's doing.
Exactly. Pull with the name and the odds.
Two and one.
All right. So
Sorry.
besides, oh, you found it. You found it. We got
No.
answers?
You gotta stall for me a little bit longer.
Okay. We saw. Okay. I got this. So besides teaming up for the land and everything, future playing and pickups. If not sure if you guys are on your own teams or you're free agents or just focusing on pickups. Is there a chance we could see Swan House in another tournament sometime?
That's
I'm
the
an
thing, mate.
FA.
That's tough to shake.
I'm an FA. So like, whoever want me, just hit me up. Honestly, if anybody's listening, my Ludi pickup went boom. If anybody needs a +1 for Ludi, I was Div 2 last season. Hit me up, please.
Oh, did it really like dissolve?
Yeah.
Don't Ludi signups literally end
no.
tomorrow?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
cause we couldn't find. I was just scrambling for a +1. I've been scrambling for so long. Why is everybody a pencil player? Like, can
Yeah.
anyone play anything else? We had like 4 pencil players. DMS
Oh,
and we already had a pencil player, and then Ladius was like, "I'm gonna join a different team," and then Jordan was like, "I guess I'm not playing." I'm like, "Oh, okay, bye."
All right, well.
If yours needs a +1 spot ever, let me know.
Yeah. I mean, I still got no word on that.
Okay, I mean, I could be a sub or a +1, like a permanent +1. I
You
don't
got
mind
it.
that. Just like I don't know. But yeah, I'm an FA, so if anyone ever wants to play with me, just DM me. I'm probably just sitting here, I don't know, playing Pokemon and crying.
Swan House ever again? Maybe. Uh, I'm so busy, bro, that like the both times that I've had time to play, it's just been David asking me to play, and I make time.
especially in
If
base.
people ask me to play in something, I'll make time. But just I really don't have the luxury anymore. And then I guess I'll be more free, kinda, because A2P's busier than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Every summer is we usually think we're gonna be free, and then that's never like that. So um maybe we'll see. I have to grind with my Riptide team because that's like an old team that I used to be on with that we're playing together one last time. So that'll be fun. I found the names, by the way.
W.
Oh yeah?
Okay, so we got Alan, because on David's Switch he's Alan Alien. We got Alan Lamola. I don't know which
Oh,
Pokemon that's
Alan
supposed to be.
Alamomola. Yes,
That's
Gen
the
5.
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
you're gonna
fat
have to help me
fish.
here. I don't know any Pokemon past like Gen 4.
Base.
We got Splat Loom. I think that's
Balloon?
Like,
Oh, like
Breloom.
Breloom. Okay.
huh.
I was Thor and Wudo.
Okay, like Sudowoodo. Creative.
And then we got Bronzong.
Oh, so literally a Pokemon already.
That's really good.
Oh, I like that one.
That's
Those
a
are the
good
four.
one. That works.
That's the four we
okay.
had.
That's pretty base.
Soren Ludo, bro.
How did Swan House
Um,
even become the team name? Like, was that just a shot in the dark random, or was there like a meaning behind it?
Kinda. I asked the team for name suggestions so I can make it on Start GG, and I just got like 2 different answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Sword and Dave. And so I was like, okay, I'll just kind of mash it together, and if they're okay with it, cool. If not, then come up with more names.
Swan House is just like a mansion in Georgia. And
Is it?
yeah, I just fucked with the name, to be honest. Like some like wedding chapel or something. I don't remember.
Oh, I thought it was like a restaurant.
Nah.
I thought it was some like kind of personal tie to your past or something.
No, man.
A deep meaning
I
behind the
guess not.
name.
Yeah,
Honestly,
like,
my criteria for pickups is like it has to be 2 words for me.
Yeah.
The one we had at Gatorland was called Chow Garden.
that's
Oh,
cute. My fault for adding the Uno then.
It works. I like the chat when we were 1 game off winning. They're like Uno Mas. I was like,
Oh,
oh
that's
wow.
funny.
That's fire.
Oh wow.
That's
fire.
really funny.
I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's something I love about chat. They will literally do anything and everything. It's just to get the chat rolling, and it's so funny.
David, I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I read in chat because people pointed out that they pointed it out to me.
Yeah.
My friends, they were like, a genie at some point says, David's thinking about something. If you know what, he's locked in.
I have no idea. I read that because Ladio sent it to me and he was like, "What is Genie talking about?" And like, if you know anything about Genie, he just says stuff and like, he just be yapping. And I don't know. I
Man.
actually I have no idea. Oh, actually I do. I was going through my DMs and apparently because he was like messaging me in between the games, I just didn't have a chance to read. Let me see it. Let me see if I can find it. Like he's just sending me like pictures. He sent me every time we'd win, he'd send me a picture of a Pachirisu. He said, "That's my goat." Okay, I found it. I found it. He DM'd me. He was like, "If you need to lock in, just think of a Latina."
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Wow.
I guess it's because the girl that I was talking to the weekend before, he was like, he wanted information, and then I was just like, oh, she's Latina. That's all you need to know. Um, so I guess he just took that and ran with it, but that didn't work out. So
Dan told me he was like, it's probably women to some capacity.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Y'all are so fucking simple, bro.
I had to
Let the
lock in
wind
for
drive
those.
you.
No, I had to lock in for those cosplayer girls that were watching. Yeah.
That's good, bro.
Alright.
Ron's made a whole tweet about me saying that to him.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
looks like our time's up though. No.
That was a crazy line.
Oh,
Bro, that's
y'all
going.
get like the
Oh my
roped
god.
off the stage.
Dude, if I do a recap of this podcast, that's going in. That's going in. That was beautiful. That was just as funny as like I think it was F2 wins who's the glaziest glazer. That is crazy.
No way. I think Genie's the glaziest glazer. They were like spamming the chat glazing.
Oh my god. I mean, that's all the questions I have for you guys. So, if you'd like, feel free to take this time. The floor is yours. Shout out who you want to shout out. Shout out yourselves. Thank who you want to thank. It's all yours.
Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and say shout out to Bronze, our mate who couldn't be here.
Yeah.
He really
I told
held
him to
shit down.
play. I told him to play Rapid Pro Deco, and he like put his foot down. 2 weeks of just playing that weapon, and he is like, excellent with it.
Oh yeah.
I never thought like I always liked the thought of playing with that weapon. I hadn't played with it with someone yet playing on it, and he like executed the whole way I wanted it to be played. He even got like a bunch of dark kills that I didn't even think he would yet.
Yeah. He did really, really well, just like the rest of you. Like team effort, of course, team-based game can't win without each other. So I just want to give kudos to him too, because he couldn't be here to gas himself up. So we gotta glaze him and all that. Promos. I want a promo. Follow Amber Doodles on Twitter,
Word.
please. They're an amazing artist. They have commissions open, starting in like 2 weeks. Support Splatoon artists. That's Amber Doodles on Twitter.com. Wink.
I love that.
Is it like doodles with like a Z or
No S. It's like AMBIR and then Doodles.
BIR? Oh, I found it.
Speaking of which, let me follow y'all on Twitter.
You don't want to follow me, trust me.
Yeah.
So I
You don't
wanna follow
too
Ron's
many
either.
people. I'll find something that'll get just randomly on my TL from you, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, that's my TL.
Okay, yep.
That's a TL. That's a TL for you.
My shout outs are, well, I guess if I have to shout out an artist friend, it'd be Bunny Do on Twitter, Neebles. They take commissions. They did the Shine poster last year, and then they had some like stickers done for LTC this year. There's like a Bridget one and then like another one I can't remember too much off the top of my head. And then we're gonna glaze each other, but shout out to my teammates. All of them keep saying I fucking carried, but like it's not a fucking one man game. Shout outs to the two tourney organizers, Seekint and Raze.
Seek it and raise.
To be honest, I had to overcome a lot of things with the setups and then trying to fill time that Saturday. I didn't watch the stream yet for that one, but I saw they were like had like sniper battles and like reef fighters, collision courses or
Doing a
whatever.
bunch of mini games.
Yeah, so that was cool that they figured out a way to fill those blocks. Um, the commentators were excellent. I couldn't ask for a better lineup. Especially Siren, 'cause she let me room for free, so I didn't have to worry about that too much. And that's it for me. I'm very grateful for the people that I know and who I know now. So
Yes,
yeah.
it was an amazing opportunity for this land to have me meet you guys and play with you guys and win with you guys.
Right.
Like core memory, keeping with it in my head and my heart forever.
I just
You
want to
made me
shout
cry,
out like
bro. Chill out.
real. Yeah, I wanted to shout out the just like there's like always been so many people who just will be nice to me or like support me or like gas me up. And like I know it's like it was like a smaller land, not that many people are there, but like just I saw on Twitter like screenshots of the Twitch chat like immediately after, and it was just like waves of like names I recognized that like were cheering me on. Because like I guess Genie started some copy pasta with my name in it,
Oh my
and
god,
it
I
was just
remember it.
like
Yeah, I remember.
there was just so many people that like I recognized spamming it, and like I don't know. I've always felt like people for some reason will cheer me on, but I always feel like I'm not deserving of it. That like spans beyond Splatoon, and so like I don't know. Again, I know it's like a small land, it's just a game or whatever, but I did get very emotional. Just like I don't know, it feels good to deliver when people are cheering for you. That's like I owe them, to do good, and like honest, I don't know. I've always felt like support is like the get carried role. I just shoot the floor and put a cooler down, and then watch everyone get kills and then just rack
Hey,
up
that's when
assists.
everyone gets to yell soda.
They
Um,
say it's the get carried role, but it's really the one that kind of pushes everyone else to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know.
Like
I think
people can't function without cooler these days. They're the carried ones.
it just feels good to finally just make people proud and just having support. Like just I don't know. Only a couple of years ago, like during COVID, especially, like I was like, man, I'm so lonely. There's nobody in my life, and then it's like fast forward a couple of years, and I don't know. I'd have never thought about this.
Such a nice moment now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like to kind of like piggyback off of that notion from Dave is the Monday after MomoCon ended, I went to my friend's house and they surprised me with a cake that said "Good job winning," and they drew little Splatoon squids on it.
Oh, I
Oh,
love that.
It was super nice of them to do, and it's like wow, we really did something, huh? We achieved a thing that's worth celebrating, and not just by us, by like the people who care about us, and really they were really happy to see us do well. So it just feels nice.
Wait, you guys cement yourself in the history books as Splatoon 3 champions of a LAN. And like that's a golden opportunity and a golden feeling to have that you are not only like just a Splatoon LAN, you the first MomoCon Splatoon champions. No one can ever take that away now.
Oh yeah, that right there is the best part over any trophy or plaque or money or anything like that. It's just having that status,
Money's
you
nice.
know. I mean, I guess I can't speak for all
Nice,
of us
though.
here, but
I mean, I wasn't playing for the money only, but I was like, I saw I hit my, I saw the PayPal message, and I was like, oh wow, that was nice.
awooga.
W.
That was nice.
Woke up this morning like, whoa. But no, having that kind of like cementation, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
just the first MomoCon Splatoon tournament. Who won? We did. That's crazy. And that's not to be like so self-righteous at all, but it's like, you know, proud of it.
Yeah, as y'all should be. It was deserving. You guys fought your way so hard to get there, and you pulled it off. All through all of the 30-minute lines to get through to the back, the horrible food displays and wrong receipts. It all paid off. You did it.
Woo! Good job, team.
W's.
Round of
W's all
all
around.
applause. Round of applause all around.
Big W at the big M.
Ah, that's a bar right there.
Bar and a half. Yo, Cactus, I remember seeing you at LTC. You were in the Kermit costume, right?
Yeah.
I never got your signature. Missed opportunity.
No, it's okay. It's
I'll
okay.
get you a Riptide.
I was say Kermit might come back to Riptide. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh, say less.
That Kermit suit was a nightmare to wear, but it was so much fun, and I
You blend in at MomoCon.
I really
Yeah,
would.
me-
Oh yeah, you want to blend in.
Oh wait, nah, hold on. Now that is a definite. I'm pulling up MomoCon 2025. Hold on, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
You'll be in your element, man.
Oh, I will be. Dude. All the Kermit photos are gonna go crazy.
You should make a cactus suit. I saw someone like dressed up as a traffic cone, like just straight up as a traffic cone. So I think you could pull off doing a cactus.
I might.
There's this guy dressed as Jesus, and they looked over because we were like, just the line was moving really slow, and they looked over at me and they saw that I was wearing like a crucifix on my necklace, and they're like, "Yo, you got my merch." I was like, "Okay." Like, all right. We're getting a little too creative with these cosplays, I guess.
Nah, wait, that is so base.
We're getting a little too unique with these cosplays.
Yo, you got my merch.
Really funny, dude. I remember I went to MomoCon for one last time on the Monday, and I was going down to the venue area, right? And ascending from the elevator off of the horizon was a Jesus cosplayer.
Oh my god.
That made me chuckle.
Did they have their hands out?
No, but he did have like the white robe and the red sash
Oh,
and
you
the
don't get
locks.
enough. Because
That's
having
probably
the
the
hands
same
up too was
guy.
funny.
Probably, yeah.
The same guy, yeah. He had like long blonde hair too. Yeah, actually, like really looked like Jesus.
He blessed our run.
Real.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, all because he saw you. Listen, he saw you had the merch. Locked it in. Locked it in.
Actually, divine intervention.
I was not expecting him to say that too. Like that caught me so off guard. I just looked at him. I was like, "Yo, what?"
That's an experience you can't remake anywhere else. Like 100%.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Crazy. I'm gonna have to do that if someone ever has like some kind of Kermit drip somewhere. I'm gonna be like, yo, you got my merch, bro.
Yo.
Someone gave me a pin at LTC all because I was wearing the Kermit. They like just walked up to me and go, "I love your costume. Here's a pin." I was like, "Oh, okay." Cosplay draws greatness.
Oh yeah.
Don't ever...
Unrelated, I was talking to Siren because I think she saw me with the stickers that I got from you,
Yeah.
and she's telling me that like, you walked up to her at the TO desk and you're like, you can pick one for free, and then like some other guys were right next to her. Some of you're like, well, for you guys it'd cost $1. She's
I
like,
remember that. She told me about it too.
oh, okay. So she's like, I'm a super VIP right now.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, she was running LTC. She deserves stickers for free. Like, come on. But
Thank your TOs. Always thank your TOs, whether that's with a sticker, a coffee, or just a saying thank you.
yup. That was another thing, Cactus. You walking around at LTC, I wanted to give you some stickers too. Like, oh, here, run with the Kermit motif. Pick out a green one.
Oh, Riptide.
But
bring
yeah,
one. I got
you got
you.
it. Just, yeah,
Wait,
gotta start writing these things down.
I meant to ask you, Splatver,
Yeah.
how do you have time with your degree? You're still taking the accelerated, right?
Well, because it's online, it's not as fast as in person.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
it's like twice as long. In person, you graduate in under 2 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was 21 months.
Online is 29.
I see. I guess that slows some things down.
Mm-hmm.
Still though, are you in your first or second year?
My third. I graduate next February.
Oh, okay.
W.
Alright.
Woo! But no, it's busy. Like this week is probably one of my busiest because I'm
Yeah.
coming off of the weekend and then I lost Monday. I had to work Tuesday. Like summer's so busy for me, and it's
Yeah.
only gonna get busier because Riptide. Hopefully,
Yeah.
at least.
Good luck, especially the last capstone.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Whenever I graduate, do you mind if I like come up to your doorstep and beg you for connections?
Yeah. I'll like
Let's go,
I'll hit 'em
dude.
up. I'll just be like, hey, you graduated same college as me. They're sick.
Cool dude, chill dude. Makes
Yeah.
good stuff. Trust.
That I
Pick 'em
mean,
up.
that's really honestly that's how I got my current job was just a connection, and that was like, oh, you went to Full Sail, like here you go, and
Yep.
like just like our whole industry is just connections. It's I don't know, it's kind of AIDS, but
That's the worst part of doing school online. You can't meet people
oh
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
future.
Do you
No facts.
do you get the emails for the like career fairs? Are they all virtual now?
I don't know. Like
Dang.
I just figured that a lot of the email stuff that I get from school is like advertising the in-person events. That's typically how it goes. I'm sure there's like streams of it, but you can't really meet people there, you know?
Yeah.
Which is the hardest part. That's what I yearn for. Just classmate interaction.
Go for knowledge?
Oh.
Nah. Friendship.
Nah, I'm trying to get some bros.
For the
My heart
homies.
cut off. My heart cut off was 11 for this, so
All right, all good.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
that's
fair
good
enough,
for
fair enough.
me. So we'll end off the Cactus Patch here. One more time, huge thank you to the first ever MomoCon 2024 champions, Swan House. Congratulations, and thank you all so much for coming out to the stream and telling us about your experience. Once again, make sure you follow all of them on socials, whether that be if they do anything else besides Twitter. And I was your host, Cactus. Thank you all for coming out. See you at the next episode.
Woo! Swan House
yeah.
numero uno.